You know, sometimes people say that families in America are distant from each other, that neighbors don't care about each other anymore, that everyone is living in their own little world. Sometimes that can really be true. But a few days ago, at my daughter's fifth birthday party, I looked around the room and what I saw told a complete different story. And it reminded me of something important. The life we experience often depends on the people we choose to let into it. Seriously, man. My daughter just turned 5 years old. 5. Damn. I'm getting old, man. If you are a parent, you know how fast that number comes. One day, they're learning to walk. The next day, they're running across a room with a group of kids laughing and screaming while chasing balloons. So my wife and I decided to celebrate her birthday at one of those indoor places made for children. The kind of place with slides, games, climbing wall, the kind of place where kids can run around and burn all the endless energy they need to burn. But what stood out to me that day wasn't just the children playing. It was the people in the room. Because when I look around, I realize something. Almost every family there came from the life my wife and I intentionally built around our daughter. And that's the honest to God truth, my fellas. Some were nurses and co-workers from my wife's job, people who spend their days taking care of others. Some were families we met when our daughter attended Maryhill in Summerlin. Others were parents and children from her new school, Challenger, where she's presently going right now. See, people from all different backgrounds, different personalities, but one thing they all shared was something simple. They were families-oriented people. Parents talking with parents, kids running around together like they had known each other for years, people laughing, sharing food, watching each other's children. And as I sat there observing it all, something crossed my mind. You hear people say all the time that Americans don't care about each other anymore, that families aren't close, that communities are gone. But sitting there in that room watching my daughter celebrate her 5th birthday, I realized something, man. That may be some people's experience, but it wasn't ours. Because the truth is, the environment you experience in your life often comes down to who you choose to surround yourself with. Remember that, fellas. My wife and I made a decision early on. We wanted our daughter exposed to people who value family, people who work hard, people who care about their children, people who show up. And when you build your life around people like that, something interesting happens. You start to see a different side of the world. Instead of the negativity, you see support. Instead of distance, you see connection. Instead of strangers, you see friggin' community, my fellas. That room full of parents and children at my daughter's birthday party was proof of something simple. Good people are still everywhere. You just have to choose them. So when people say families don't care anymore or communities don't exist, I just think back to my daughter's 5th birthday party, a room full of parents watching their kids laugh, friends from work, school, and life all coming together for one little girl. And it reminded me of something important. Sometimes a second chance in life isn't about starting over. Sometimes it's simply about choosing better people to walk the journey with. And when you do that, your children get to grow up in a world filled with exactly the kind of people you hope they would know. And as a parent, there is no better birthday gift than that. Before I end this video, I want to say something to all the fellas out there who say America is no longer a place to raise children. I understand why some people feel that way. Some people grew up in communities that were tough, places where family struggles. Hey man, I came from that, where neighbors didn't always look out for each other, and where it sometimes felt like everyone was on their own. I get it, man. Trust me, I understand it. I told my story a long time ago. I was born and raised in the Caribbean. I slept on the floor. But one thing we had back there was family. You know, everyone look out for each other. And then I moved to New York. Things changed, man. Moved to the South Bronx. Tough neighborhood. Hell, man, everyone was on their own. I get it. But I want to say this respectfully. That experience is not everyone's experience because every day across this country, there are communities filled with families who care deeply about children and about each other. You see them at the neighborhood parks, parents sitting on the benches while their kids run around playing together. You see them at the schools where parents volunteer their time and teachers pour their hearts into children to succeed. You see them in birthday parties like the one we had for my daughter, where families show up simply to celebrate a child's life. Those moments remind me of something important. Good communities still exist. Strong families still exist. And there are still many places in America where children can grow up surrounded by people who care about them. Sometimes the key is simply finding those environments and surrounding your family with people who share those same values. So if you're someone who feels discouraged about raising children today, I just want to offer a little encouragement. There are still many good people out there. There are still communities where families look out for one another. And there are still places where children can grow up safe, supported, and loved. Sometimes we just have to seek those places out and build them together. But you guys always know what it is with me, man. Listen, it is always peace and love, man. Peace and love. Yo, this week, I'm just sharing my life story here in America, man, with my family. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay blessed.